8, the designated hitter, number 10, Troy Lofgren. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 38, Dave Penchison. Starting pitcher for Ilderton is number 32, Jordan Townsend.
The biggest weekend of baseball in Ontario is here, and we have you from opening pitch to the championship game on Monday morning. Welcome to game number 3 of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifying Tournament. This will be our first of 3 broadcasts that we're going to be bringing you today as we start to delve our way through 19 teams that will start this tournament, leaving one champion on Monday morning. We'll start with our starting lineups, which we posted online earlier in this game. First, for the visiting team from Lea Side of the Greater Toronto Baseball League. Leading off and playing second base is number 1, Mac Mitchell. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 11, Sam Brown. Batting third and playing right field is the number 27, Graham Henry. Batting fourth and playing center field is number 52, Joe Woods. Batting fifth and catching is number 88, Ryan Ricci. Batting sixth and playing third base is number 23, Jonah Brotman. Batting seventh and playing first base is number 33, Ben Jones. And batting eighth and DHing this game is number 2, AJ Rowe. And batting ninth and playing left field is number 16, Lucas Haas. The starting pitcher for the Lea Side Leafs this game is right-hander number 12, Jeremiah Sucre. Now the starting lineup for the Ilderton Riverhawks, leading off and playing center field is number 7, Will Pollard. Batting second and playing second base is number 22, Daniel Battelle. Batting third and playing shortstop is number 4, Antolin Morales. Batting cleanup and playing right field, number 24, Anthony Polowick. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 27, Rob Wakefield. Batting sixth and catching is number 13, Brad Verhoeven. Batting seventh and playing third base is number 19, Mitch Lumley. Batting eighth and designated hitter, number 10, Troy Lofgren. And batting ninth is the left fielder, number 38, David Pansetian. The starting pitcher just finishing his warm-up pitches is veteran left-hander number 32, Jordan Townsend. Our umpires for this game on the bases is Mr. Bob Blake, and behind the dish is Justin Snively. We're about 2 minutes away from opening pitch. Thank you so much for joining us for our first broadcast of the weekend. We look forward to carrying a number of games here at the tournament. Don't forget, if you're looking for us on YouTube, search up CABC Baseball. We also have our link posted online, and we'll be using that same link throughout the whole weekend.
Leading off for the Lea Side Leafs, the second baseman, number 1, Mackenzie Mitchell.
First pitch from Jordan Townsend in there for strike one, and we are underway here at Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. One of 5 games happening during this 12 o'clock time slot, which we will get to between innings. So that one's just going to miss inside for ball 1. One pitch incoming from Townsend. Fastball. That one's going to get popped up and out of play. Off to the right side. And Townsend now ahead 1-2 in this at bat. The shortstop Sam Brown due up second this inning for Lea Side, with the right fielder Graham Henry due up third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slider that just misses the outside corner for ball 2. Two pitch. Slider hit on the ground towards third, and that is going to be just foul. Just doing a double take here as we have our stats open for both teams. Don't see any numbers for Mitchell on the GTBL website from this year. Big part of their run last year, though, that made it all the way to Monday and took down the championship, as he will foul that pitch out of play as well. Keeps the count 2-2. Townsend on the year 4-0 so far for the Riverhawks in 42 1/3 innings of work. 48 hits, 21 runs, 19 of those earned, 14 walks, and 51 strikeouts as he misses with that pitch outside. For ball 3, carrying a 3.14 ERA so far this year. Mac Mitchell certainly doing a job here, has seen some pitches for his teammates to lead this game off. Full count offering. That one belted to left field, but it is going to sail foul. So count will remain full 3-2. And just underway here, top of the first inning between the Lea Vs Ild and Ilderton Riverhawks. Game number 3 of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier. Full count pitch. Slider swung on and missed. And after a lengthy battle, Mac Mitchell down on strikes for the first out in this one.
Shortstop number 11, Sam Brown.
So 1 out. I will bring up the shortstop, Sam Brown. Brown, I would say one of the top senior players in Ontario right now as he takes that slider down and away for ball 1. Currently hitting at a .393 clip this year. 24 hits, 9 of those are home runs. 1 triple, 3 doubles. 22 runs scored, 26 RBIs on the season. That slider going to find the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Again, veteran pitcher on the mound in Jordan Townsend with this Ilderton club. That pitch going to miss outside for a ball, certainly showing already that he's willing to pitch a lot of these strong Lea side batters backwards. Mixing in off-speed pitches and fastball counts. 2-1 pitch coming from Townsend. That fastball is going to clip the outside corner for strike 2. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch from Townsend. That change up in the dirt. Good block there from catcher Brad Verhoeven. And defensively, the setup for Ilderton today, left field is David Pansetian. Center field, Will Pollard. And right field is Anthony Polowick. Third base is Mitch Lumley, playing shortstop Antolin Morales. Second base, Daniel Battelle. And at first base is Rob Wakefield. That pitch going to get fouled into the netting. Keeps the count full, 3-2. Doing the catching today, Brad Verhoeven. And on the mound is left-hander Jordan Townsend. Only 2 batters into this one so far, but certainly those 2 batters making Townsend work. He's already up to 12 pitches in this game. Another full count offering coming from Townsend. Slider hit towards right field. Looked like it was off the hands. But the right fielder, Anthony Polowick, going to make the catch. And Sam Brown is retired for the second out here in the top
Right
of the
fielder
first.
number 27, Graham Henry.
So 2 outs now. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Graham Henry. Henry on the year hitting .462 with 18 hits and 39 at bats. He hits that one to first base. Good play there by Wakefield. He'll step on the bag. And the Lea side Leafs are down in order here in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no Ilderton errors. Nobody left on base. We are through a half an inning here at Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. The score, the Lea side Leafs, nothing, with the Ilderton Riverhawks coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. We're going to take a quick break from action here at the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first inning here in a couple of minutes. As we get a look at Lea side right-hander Jeremiah Sucre taking his warm-up pitches. As we mentioned before, there are going to be 4 other games happening during this 12 p.m. time slot. We'll do our best to try and keep you apprised of scores in those as best as we can. Over at Cullen Field is the host Windsor Stars taking on the Northumberland Jacks. At Soulier Field, it is the Windsor Athletics taking on the Etobicoke Rangers, last year's finalists. Out at Reg Chevalier Field in Woodsley, it is the Erindale Cardinals taking on the Thornhill Reds. And in Amherstburg, it is the Newmarket Hawks taking on the Brampton Royals in that one. So we'll do our best to keep everyone updated there on those games as we settle in for the bottom of the first inning here at Lacasse Park. It's going to be the center fielder, Will Pollard, to lead things off. Second baseman, Daniel Battelle, bats second. The shortstop, Antolin Morales, batting third. Pollard on the year with a .337 average. He's going to dribble that one foul down the third base line. 32 hits in 95 at-bats. 16 doubles, a pair of triples. Scored 26 times and has 26 RBIs on the season. He will face tough right-hander Jeremiah Sucre here in the bottom of the first. That pitch up and in for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to count now. And just underway, bottom of the first inning here at Lacasse Park. No score between the Lea side Leafs and Ilderton Riverhawks. That pitch is belted to left field. That's going to send the left fielder back at the track, at the wall. That ball is out of here. Just like that, the Ilderton Riverhawks jump out to a quick 1-0 lead in this game off a solo home run. His first on the year. Off the bat of Will Pollard.
Dan Battelle.
Certainly the way you want to get things going in your first at-bats of the tournament. Looks like Sucre going to check first. Fire says safe. Guess they were checking to see if he touched first base on his way around. Fire says everything's good there, so off we go to our next batter here, which is the second baseman, Daniel Battelle. First pitch from Sucre. Now we're going to get fouled back to the screen for strike one. Defensive setup for Lee side today. Left field is Lucas Haas. Center field, Joe Woods. Right field is Graham Henry. At third base, we have Jonah Brotman. Shortstop, Sam Brown. That ball is belted towards Brown at second base, towards Mac Mitchell at second base, and that's going to get under his glove. Playing at first base is Ben Jones. And doing the catching today for Jeremiah Sucre is Ryan Ricci. So a good start here for the Riverhawks as they get a solo home run from Will Pollard, followed by a single off the bat of Daniel Battel. So Ricci going to go and have a quick chat with Sucre.
Morales.
Shortstop Antolin Morales going to dig in for his first at bat of the day. Morales on the year, batting .367, 29 hits and 79 at bats as that ball's in the dirt. Good block there from catcher Ryan Ricci. 12 doubles, 2 home runs, 24 runs scored, and 21 RBIs for Morales. He finds himself up 1-0 in this at bat against Sucre. Patel takes his lead from first. Here's the pitch. That one going to miss just inside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Antolin Morales. And just underway here. Early 1-0 lead for the Ilderton Riverhawks on a leadoff solo home run from Will Pollard. Sucre going to check it first. Patel back safely. Another check to first. Patel back safely. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Sucre. Little slider that's going to drop in there for strike one. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Sucre has his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block there from Ricci. Good read there from Battel at first. He's able to take off on that wild pitch. Good job by Ricci to corral that one, but unable to get the throw there in time. And the Riverhawks with a runner in scoring position here again. A 3-1 count on the shortstop, Antolin Morales. Three-1 pitch. Fastball up in the zone.
Right fielder number 24, Anthony Polowick.
So Ilderton continuing to keep the pressure on here as they have runners on first and second now with nobody out. And it will be the right fielder, Anthony Polowick, who digs in. Polowick batting .456 on the year, 36 hits. Good for the team lead in 79 at bats. 7 doubles and 2 triples, 16 runs scored, and a team leading 32 RBIs. First pitch to him is a ball outside, 1-0. For Sucre this year, he's showing a 1-0 record in only 10 innings of work. 7 hits allowed, 6 runs, 4 of those earned, 5 walks, 14 strikeouts, and has a .360 ERA. That one is slashed down the left field line. Going to be a long run for the left fielder, but he will make the catch. As Lucas Haas able to wrangle that one in. That is a big out for the Lee
First
side
baseman
Leafs.
number 27, Robert Wakefield.
Certainly as a pitcher, doesn't matter how many times you've been to this tournament, there's always some nerves there, and it's always good to get that first out. Kind of settle in now. So 1 out, runners at first and second still. Veteran first baseman Rob Wakefield going to step in. First pitch to Wakefield. Change up down in the dirt. Good block from Ryan Ricci. Runners are going to hold their spots. Wakefield on the year, batting .369 for 25. Pair of doubles, 3 runs scored, and 8 RBIs in some limited action. That pitch just going to miss inside for ball 2, excuse me. So 2 balls and no strikes to count. 1-0 Ilderton early in this one. The power of a solo home run off the bat of Will Pollard. That pitch going to get popped up. It'll be just over the Lee side dugout, and out of play. Runs the count now to 2-1. So Sucre with the look in here. He's still trying to battle out of a bit of a jam here in the first. 2-1 pitch. That ball belted to left center field. Lucas Haas going to make the call and the catch. So we have 2 outs now.
Catcher number 13, Brad Verhoeven.
On a pair of flyouts to left fielder Lucas Haas. So after a few jitters to start this game off for Jeremiah Sucre, he seems to be settling in a little bit now. As there are now 2 outs, runners remain at first and second, and it will be catcher Brad Verhoeven who steps in. First pitch to Verhoeven, fouled into the netting for strike 1. Verhoeven batting .300 on the year, 24 hits and 80 at-bats, 9 doubles, 25 runs scored, 21 RBIs for the Ilderton backstop. Time called at the plate. So Sucre will step off and set up again here. Again, if you're looking for scores from some of the games happening today, make sure you download the Game Changer app. That pitch going to miss just down for a ball. Count is 1-1. Many of the teams using Game Changer here at the tournament will be updating their pages throughout the weekend. So if we don't have your game on the stream, make sure you download the app. That pitch popped up behind, sailing back in front of third base now. That catch going to get made there by the third baseman, Jonah Brotman. And Jeremiah Sucre able to dance out of a little bit of trouble there in the bottom of the first inning.
In the bottom of the first, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left.
So for Ilderton, a productive bottom of the first inning. They get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Lee side errors, and 2 runners were left on base. The score after 1 inning of play here at Bert Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. It is the Ilderton Riverhawks 1 and the Lee side Leafs no score. We will take a quick break as we bring you continued action here at the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifying Tournament, brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Side Leafs. The center fielder, number 52, Joe Woods.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. An early 1-0 lead powered by a Will Pollard solo home run to lead off the bottom of the first for the Riverhawks. It'll be 4, 5, 6 due up for the Leafs this inning. Center fielder Joe Woods to lead things off. Catcher Ryan Ricci due up second. It'll be the third baseman Jonah Brotman due up third. A 1 pitch from lefty Jordan Townsend misses down and in for ball 1. For Woods on the year, hitting .382 so far, 13 hits and 34 at bats. A double, 2 triples, and a home run, 11 RBIs. And 10 runs scored as he grounds out for the first out here in the top of the second inning.
Catcher number 88, Ryan Ricci.
So 1 batter, 1 out here for the Leafs in the top of the second inning as catcher Ryan Ricci will dig in for his first at bat. Ricci .295 on the year, 18 hits. He belts that one to shortstop. Good play there from Antolin Morales. He throws the ball across the diamond. And just like that, 2 outs here for the Leafs in the
third baseman number
top
23,
of the second inning.
Jonah Brotman.
And again, we talk about working efficiently in games like this. You want to get your starting pitcher as deep as possible. And getting 2 outs on 3 pitches for Jordan Townsend, certainly a recipe for success so far. As first pitch to Jonah Brotman, going to miss upstairs for ball 1. Brotman, .444 on the year, 20 hits and 45 at bats, 5 doubles, a home run, 14 runs scored, and 16 RBIs as he takes a strike from Townsend. Evens the count at 1-1. And 1-0 Ilderton. Solo home run from Will Pollard has propelled them into the lead as that pitch misses just up for a ball. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike. First baseman Ben Jones waits on deck if the inning is extended. That ball kind of hit off the end of the bat towards center field. Will Pollard camps under that one and makes the catch. And the Leafs are down in order.
For Leafs side,
Here in the top of the second inning again. They get no runs on no hits.
And no runners left.
There were no Ilderton errors. No runners left on base. The score after 1 1/2 innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park. It is the Ilderton Riverhawks 1, the Leaside Leafs no score. We'll take a quick break as we head to the bottom of the second inning. When we come back, we'll try and get through some updates for the other games that are happening during this time slot. Keep everyone in the know. Day 1 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier Tournament. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
Leading off the bottom of the second for the Overton River
Welcome back,
Hawks,
bottom of the second
third
inning here
baseman,
at Burt
number
Lacasse
19,
Park.
Mitchell Lumley.
Bottom third of the order due up for the River Hawks. Third baseman Mitch Lumley to lead things off. DH Troy Lofgren due up second. Left fielder David Pansetian due up third to face lee side right-hander Jeremiah Sucre. First pitch to Lumley, going to miss down and away for ball one as that one skips to the backstop. As promised, we do have a few updates. The only game we can't get access to is the Thornhill-Arundel game happening out in Woodsley. As we see the 1-0 pitch here from Sucre. That one hit off the foot of the batter, Mitch Lumley, and it will go foul for strike one. Top of the second inning over at Soulier Field. It is the Windsor Athletics and Etobicoke Rangers currently tied 1-1 in that game. Meanwhile, over at Cullen Field at the Micmac Complex, it is currently scoreless between the Northumberland Jacks and Windsor Stars. And the other game we have access to, the Brampton Royals and Newmarket Hawks, as they play out in Amherstburg. It is the Hawks leading that game 1-0 as they play in the bottom of the second inning. So we'll keep you updated as best we can for those games. As Mitch Lumley fouls that one over towards the first base side, and that is going to get just out of play. Again, 5 games happening during this time slot. In the early afternoon, there will be 4 more games at 3 p.m. The game we will be bringing you here from Burt Lacasse Park will feature the host Tecumseh Thunder taking on the Waterloo Tigers. Again, that game slated for a 3 p.m. first pitch. Sucre with a couple of shakes here. He has the sign that he wants now. Full count pitch slider. And that is a called strike 3. Mitch Lumley down on strikes. Here to start off the bottom of the second inning.
Designated hitter number 10, Troy Lofgren.
First strikeout of the day for Jeremiah Sucre. That will now bring up the designated hitter Troy Lofgren with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That fastball going to miss just up for ball 1. One 0 pitch to Lofgren, swung on and missed for strike 1. Lofgren on the year, 288, 21 hits in 73 at bats. There's a pair of doubles and a home run, 11 runs scored, 16 RBIs on the year. 1-1 pitch from Sucre, slider that's going to be fouled off down the third baseline. Makes the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. One out here, bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Ilderton. And game number 3 of the Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier. Slider popped up. That's going to be back and out of play off the top of the grandstand here at Lacasse Park. Going to be a busy couple of weeks for this ballpark. They will have a number of games here at the Men's AAA Qualifying Tournament. Next weekend, they will host the 22U Canadian Championships here. That pitch going to get fouled back and out of play as well, off to our right. So lots of baseball coming up here in the Tecumseh region as the 22U Thunder will host 5 other clubs in that national event. 2 teams coming from Nova Scotia, the Dartmouth Renegades and the Halifax Mets. That slider going to find the outside corner again, and 2 batters this inning now that have gone down on strikes, looking at that little slider from Jeremiah Sucre.
Left fielder number 38.
And he picks up a pair of strikeouts now as there are 2 outs here. And it will be the left fielder, David Pansetian, who now comes to the plate. So to finish our last thought, 2 teams coming from Nova Scotia, Dartmouth and Halifax. They will be joined by the host Thunder, as well as 2 other teams from Ontario, the 22U Sarnia Brigade as well as the Windsor Selects 22U team. And rounding out the field of teams will be a team from Manitoba who will make their way here as well. That pitch misses up for ball 2. Transition on the year, 327, 17 hits and 52 at bats. That pitch misses for ball 3. All 17 of those hits singles. He scored 18 times with 15 RBIs on the year. The 3-0 pitch from Sucre. Fastball outside corner for strike 1. Three balls, 1 strike to count here on Pensition. Top of the order awaits on deck with center fielder Will Pollard getting ready to hit there if the inning is extended. Slider fouled into the backstop for strike 2. Pollard, the big stick so far in this game, as he led off the bottom of the first inning with a solo blast to deep left field. Currently gives his Riverhawks a 1-0 lead in this one. Full count pitch from Sucre. That ball hit towards center field. Joe Wood's going to saunter over, and he makes the catch. As the Riverhawks go down in order here in the bottom of the second inning. No runs, no hits, no lead side errors.
In the bottom of the second,
Nobody
no
left
runs,
on
no
base.
hits. There were no errors.
We are
no
through
runners
2
left.
innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park. The score remains the Ilderton Riverhawks 1.
Just a reminder that our concession stand is open and is located directly behind
We are going to take a quick break as we gear
hot
up for the
dogs,
top
water,
of the third
sports
inning.
drinks, chips, candy, and
Continuing
sunflower
action
seeds.
here on day 1 of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier Tournament. Action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes.
First baseman number 33, Ben Jones.
Welcome back. Top of the third inning here from Bert Lacasse Park. The score right now 1-0 Ilderton as we play in this one. 7-8-9 due up for the Lee side Leafs as first baseman Ben Jones takes a mighty hack at that one, fouls it into the backstop, will lead things off. Will be the DH AJ Rowe due up second with the left fielder Lucas Haas due up third this inning to face veteran left-hander Jordan Townsend, who's now into his third inning of work in this one. Slider that's going to get popped back and out of play. Very quickly, Townsend up 0-2 in this at bat. That pitch going to catch Ben Jones in the shoulder. And the Leafs have their first base runner of the day. Jones going to make his way to first.
Designated hitter number 2, AJ Rowe.
So designated hitter AJ Rowe going to step in for his first at bat of the game. Rowe on the year hitting .353, 12 hits and 34 at bats. 2 doubles, 2 triples. Scored 4 times and has 6 RBIs on his season so far. That ball going to get fouled off of the glove of Brad Verhoeven into the backstop for strike 1. And if you're joining in on the stream, welcome to a very long weekend of coverage we're going to have for you. Appreciate the support. That fastball in there for strike 2. Feel free to let us know in the chat where you're watching from. We feel like we should probably have a pretty good national audience throughout the weekend, as there are a number of fans here across the province, as well as many around the country, looking towards Ontario to see who the representative is going to be this year in Chatham, New Brunswick, when the Men's Canadian Championships take place August 20th to 23rd. That pitch chopped to first base. A little bit of a funny hop there on Rob Wakefield as he's unable to come up with that one. Tough play there for Wakefield. We're pretty sure that one's probably going to get scored in error.
Fielder number 16, Lucas Haas.
Either way, for the Leafs, they're on the good side of a pair of runners here on first and second with nobody out. It'll be the number 9 hitter, left fielder Lucas Haas. Steps in here. He's going to square to bunt. That slider put right back towards Jordan Townsend. He's going to take the easy out at first. Good job there by Haas as he's able to get both runners to advance.
Second baseman number 1, Mackenzie Mitchell.
So runners on second and third now for the Leafs. And we are back to the top of the order for Mac Mitchell. 0 for 1 today, struck out to lead off this game for Lee's side. First pitch down in the dirt. Good block there from Brad Verhoeven. Roseanne, thank you so much for joining in all the way from Calgary. So the count 1-0 here on Mac Mitchell. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Slider inside for ball 2. And 1-0 Yilderton early in this one, top of the third inning. But the Leafs with their first kind of pressure situation of the day here as they have runners at second and third. Infield kind of playing halfway here right now for the Riverhawks. 2-0 pitch from Townsend. That fastball popped up down the right field line. 3 players converging on it. It is the second baseman, Daniel Battelle, who makes the catch. And then gets the ball into Verhoeven at the dish. And that was a nice play there by Battelle, as he ranges a long way to go get that ball in foul territory. That is a big out.
Shortstop number 11, Sam Brown.
So 2 now retired here in this inning as they are going to give Sam Brown the intentional pass.
Right fielder number 27, Graham Henry.
So the intentional pass given to Sam Brown, and that's going to load the bases now for right fielder Graham Henry. 0 for 1 as he grounded out to first. in his first plate appearance. Sam Brown flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Is that ball going to get away from Brad Verhoeven? And Ben Jones going to come across the plate with the first run of the day for the Leafs. And they have now tied this game 1-1 on the wild pitch from Jordan Townsend. So a pair of runners still in scoring position here for Henry. Henry, one of the big sticks last year in a deep run, which culminated in a provincial championship for these Leaside Leafs. They are back this year as the defending champions. 1-0 pitch from Townsend. Fastball, just up and in for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count. So the count now 2-1 after that strike from lefty Jordan Townsend. Here's the pitch. Slider down in the dirt. Good block there by Brad Verhoeven. Hitters count here now for Graham. Sits at 3-1. Townsend perfect through the first 2 innings, but into a little bit of trouble here now in the third. 3-1 pitch. Fouled into the netting. So the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the third. No runner at first here, so the runners will not be on the move. They will be very surprised. Full count pitch. Slider down in the dirt. And Graham Henry going to make his way to first.
Center fielder number 52, Joe Woods.
So bases loaded again with 2 outs. It will be center fielder Joe Woods who steps in. Woods 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop Antolin Morales. First pitch from Townsend. Fastball up in the zone for ball 1. Good pop on the fastball from Townsend. Just having a little bit of trouble corralling it into the zone here right now. One 0 pitch. That one down in the zone for ball 2. AJ Rowe, the runner at third base for the Leafs. Slugger Sam Brown is at second. Right fielder Graham Henry is at first. 2-0 count on the batter Joe Woods. Here's the pitch. Good fastball swung on and missed there by Woods for strike 1. Wild pitch with runners on second and third has tied this game up now in this top of the third inning, 1-1. Leafs side still threatening here with the bases loaded. That pitch down in the dirt. Good block from Verhoeven. A little bit of pressure here on Townsend now. No room to put Woods. Count is 3-1. Very dangerous hitter. Already has a couple of home runs on the year. The 3-1 pitch from Townsend. That one's going to get fouled back into the netting for strike 2. So again, another full count here with 2 outs. Runners are going to be on the move this time on the pitch, as the Leafs look to try and take the lead here with Townsend trying to kind of stem the bleeding here. 3-2 pitch. That one looked like it was going to be outside, but Woods fouls that one out of play. So runners will make their way back here. We'll do this all over again. Townsend set at the belt. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runners on the go. That one up and into Woods. And the bases loaded walk is going to bring in the second run of this game for the Leafs. And they have now claimed the lead in this one by a score of 2-1. So Verhoeven,
catcher number 88,
going to make his way to the mound and have a quick chat with Townsend. He now makes his way back to the dish. So Ryan Ricci going to dig in, 0 for 1, ground out to shortstop in his first at bat. First pitch from Townsend, slider down in the dirt for ball 1. We will get to some updates for everyone here in between innings. Again, 4 other games going on during this 12 p.m. time slot. We have access to 3 of those games, so we will get you some updates here in a minute. That fastball misses up from Townsend for ball 2. Again, Ricci, one of the more powerful hitters here for this Lee side club, into a pretty good hitters count here with the bases loaded. Big pitch here for Townsend. Here it is. That pitch going to miss inside for ball 3. So the count, 3-0. Townsend kind of laboring here a little bit in the third. 3 walks and a hit batter along with an error have led to a pair of runs here for the Lee side Leafs. 3-0 pitch coming. Fastball outside corner for strike 1. Ricci's still in the driver's seat here. Townsend set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Another fastball dotted on the outside corner for strike 2. And again, we have a full count here now with 2 outs. These side runners are all going to be on the move here. Townsend with a long look in. He has the sign he wants now from Brad Verhoeven. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the inside corner. That's a good job of working both sides of the plate there by Jordan Townsend. I'm sure that Ricci was looking for something out over the plate there, and he pops a fastball in the inside corner for strike 3. And that is all for the Leafs here in the top of the third. Not before they're able to take the lead in this one, though.
For Lee side, the top of the third, 2 runs on no hits. There was 1 error and 3 runners left.
The Leafs able to do all their damage in that inning without getting a hit. They get 2 runs on no hits. There was 1 Ilderton error, and the Leafs leave 3 runners on base. We are through 2 1/2 innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. The score, the Lee side Leafs 2 and the Ilderton Riverhawks 1. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we will get to some updates from our other action happening in the 12 p.m. time slot as we bring you day 1 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifying Tournament. Action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back as we get set for the bottom of the third inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. 2-1 Lee side now leads this game. The power of a couple of runs last inning, and
Will Pollard.
the Leafs using a little bit of patience at the plate in order to get those runs, as they were issued 4 walks that inning, one of them intentional. Also had a hit by pitch and used a Ilderton error to get their 2 runs. It's that first pitch to leadoff man Will Pollard in there for strike 1. Pollard responsible for the only run of the day so far for the River Hawks on a solo home run back in the first. He takes a good hack at that one. He will foul that off. It's Tecumseh Clubhouse over on the right side. Few updates we have from the games happening around so far. Out in Amherstburg, they're in the, I believe, going to the top of the third, or still playing in the bottom of the second, I think. It is 3-2 Newmarket over Brampton in that game as that ball slashed up the middle, but good play there by second baseman Mac Mitchell. And there is 1 out here in the home half of the third.
Second baseman number 22, Dan Battelle.
In other action over at Cullen Field, they're in the bottom of the third inning. The score right now in that game is the Windsor Stars 4, the Northumberland Jacks 1. That pitch misses up to second baseman Daniel Battelle. The other game happening right now, they are in the top of the third inning at Soulier Field. It is the Windsor Athletics currently leading last year's finalists, the Etobicoke Rangers, 3-2 in that game as they play in the top of the third. So only score we don't have access to is the Thornhill Arundel game that's happening out in Woodsley. We will try and track down the score for that one if we can, but for now, those are all your updates in this one and this 12 o'clock time slot as that pitch misses outside for a ball. Count now 3-0. Shortstop Antolin Morales due up third this inning. That ball is belted towards the right center field gap. Going to send both outfielders back to the wall, but Joe Wood's able to camp under that one. And he makes the catch for the second out here in the bottom of the third.
Shortstop number 4, Antolin Morales.
Certainly only 1 run to show right now, but the River Hawks have certainly been stinging the ball so far in this one. They've hit a number of baseballs hard. So shortstop Antolin Morales going to dig in for his second at bat. Walked back in the first inning in his first plate appearance. First pitch from Sucre. Slider that's going to miss just down for a ball. One 0 pitch incoming. That one going to miss up in the zone for ball 2. Two-one Lee side as we play here, bottom of the third inning. 2-0 pitch from Sucre. That one hit off the end of the back to the mound. Sucre going to jog over. He'll throw to Ben Jones. And that is another clean inning for Jeremiah Sucre as he sets the Ilderton River Hawks down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base.
For Ilderton in the bottom of the third.
We head to the top of the fourth inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. The score remains the Lee side Leafs 2, the Ilderton River Hawks 1. We'll take a quick break here at Lacasse Park. We'll be right back for continuing day 1 action of the Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifying Tournament, brought to you by CABC Baseball. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be right back in a minute. Welcome back to Burt Lacasse Park, top of the fourth inning upcoming.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Lea Vs Ild, the third baseman, number 23, Jonah Brotman.
Middle of the order due up here for the Leafs this inning. Number 6 hitter, third baseman Jonah Brotman to lead things off. First baseman Ben Jones due up second. And it will be the designated hitter A.J. Rowe due up third. All facing left-hander Jordan Townsend into his fourth inning of work. That pitch going to miss outside for ball one. Line scores so far in this one brought to you by Inked Baseball. For all your apparel needs, make sure you reach out to David Flanagan, Gabriel Pereira, and their whole team. That ball going to get fouled back and out of play. So far for the Lea Vs Leafs, 2 runs on no hits. 1 Lea Vs error, and they've left 3 runners on base. For the Alderton Riverhawks, 1 run on 2 hits. And they have left a pair of runners on base with no Lea Vs errors so far in this one. Your in-game recap brought to you by Inked Baseball. So that slider misses up and in for ball 2. And again, kind of a little bit of a subtle difference here over the last 2 innings. First 2 innings, Townsend pretty sharp out there on the mound as that one's going to get fouled back and out of play. Last couple of innings, a little bit of control issues has kind of caused a wrinkle in their plans so far. They said last inning it was the Leafs getting 2 runs on no hits. They used 3 walks as well as an intentional base on balls and a hit by pitch. That one going to miss outside for a ball. So certainly, like you said, a veteran team that has gone deep in this tournament very recently, knowing how to take advantage of a situation, and they're able to push a couple of runners across against a pitcher who had a little bit of struggles there in the third. So going to try and work him here again in the fourth as that pitch is going to be called strike 3. East side bench not very happy there, but
First baseman
looked
number
like a pretty good pitch.
Ben Jones.
Overall, been pretty consistent with that one, just at the bottom of the zone. So in the end, probably too close to be taking there with a full count. So that will bring up first baseman Ben Jones, who pops that one up behind the dish. That's going to get back and out of play. Jones hit by a pitch in his first at bat and came around to score the first run of the game for the Leafs on a wild pitch. He came in from third base. 0-1 pitch. That one hit up the middle, and that is going to get into short center field past a diving Daniel Battel. And the Leafs have their first runner aboard here in the fourth with 1 out.
Designated hitter number 2, A.J. Rowe.
So runner on first, 1 out. Designated hitter A.J. Rowe steps in for his second at bat. 0 for 1. He reached on an error to the first baseman, Rob Wakefield, back in the third, excuse me. First pitch to Rowe, off the end of the bat, right back to Townsend, throws to second, in time there. On to first. Not in time as Rowe able to beat that play. So him and Ben Jones going to trade spots here as the 1-6 put out at second base is the second out of the inning. A.J. Rowe going to reach on the fielder's choice.
The fielder number 16, Lucas Haas.
Apologies, forgot to update our outs there. We have 2 now. So number 9 hitter, Lucas Haas, going to step in now. First pitch, fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. Haas 0 for 0, had a sac bunt back in the third inning to kind of set up that big inning for the Leafs. AJ Rowe takes his lead from first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one going to miss just down for a ball. 1-1 the count. And if you're joining us on the stream, we see our numbers slowly climbing here. Almost up to 70 viewers now. Welcome and thank you for taking some time with us here on this beautiful Friday. As that ball is belted to left center field. Late jump there by Will Pollard. Off the top of the wall and stays in the park. The runner going to get the wave. Here's the throw in from the outfield. Not in time. As left fielder Lucas Haas with a deep drive there that was within inches of leaving the park to left center field. That is an RBI double.
Second baseman number 1, Mackenzie Mitchell.
And the Leafs continue to pour it on here now as they up their lead to 3-1 in this game now. We're back to the top of the order here for Mac Mitchell. Is that one going to miss just on the outside corner for ball 1? First hit of the day for the, second hit of the day for the Leafs. Both coming here in this inning. 1-0 pitch down and in for ball 2. Two-0 pitch to Mitchell. Slider that swung on and missed for strike 1. Mitchell so far today 0 for 2. Strikeout in the first, popped out to second base in the third. He bats here with a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Townsend with his sign and comes set. Here's the pitch. Slide around in the hands. That's going to be bounced over the Ilderton dugout and out of play. Count even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mitchell's certainly been a little bit in the thorn of the side of Jordan Townsend today, even though he's without a hit. A couple of at-bats that have seen about 7 or 8 pitches in each one. This will be pitch number 5 in this at-bat. He fouls that one into the netting to stay alive. So we'll reset and do it all over here again. 3-1 Lee side as we play here top of the 4th inning. Couple of runs last inning for the Leafs, and they get an RBI double off the bat of Lucas Haas here in the top of the 4th. Townsend with a look into Verhoeven. Here's the pitch. Slider, that's going to be popped up to short center field. That's going to be a long run for Will Pollard. Second baseman goes out as well, and Daniel Battelle able to make the catch. And that is all for the Leafs here in the 4th, but they do extend their lead in this inning as they get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Lee side errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. The score after 3.5 innings of play here at Burt Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. It is the Lee side Leafs 3 and the Ilderton Riverhawks 1. We'll take a quick break, and we'll get to some updates happening in the other games here on the other side of the break. Day 1 action of the 2026 Men's Ontario AAA National Qualifying Tournament, with action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back in a minute. Actually, while we get a second now, we'll get to some updates here while right-hander Jeremiah Sucre makes his way back to the mound for his warm-ups. Bottom of the 3rd inning out in Amherstburg. It is Newmarket Hawks 4, the Brampton Royals 2. at Cullen Field at the Micmac Sports Complex. They are in the bottom of the fourth. It is the Windsor Stars 4, the Northumberland Jacks 1. And just across the way at Soulier Field at the Micmac Complex, they are in the top of the fourth inning. It is the Windsor Athletics 3 and the Etobicoke Rangers 2 in that game. So we'll keep an eye on all three of those games for you. We've yet to hear from Woodsley about a score out there. We'll do our best to try and track something down here if we can. But for now, those are your updates from the other games happening at this 12 p.m. time slot. As Sucre all done with his warm-ups, and it looks like we're ready to go here for the bottom of the fourth inning.
For the Ilderton Riverhawks, the right fielder, number 24, Anthony Polowick.
So first pitch to Ilderton right fielder Anthony Polowick misses down and in for ball 1. Polowick 0 for 1 today, flew out to left field. And great to see so many out on the stream watching today. Feel free to let us know where you're watching from. We hope you're enjoying the action, as we are expecting a large viewership, not only from here in Ontario, but across the country throughout the weekend. That one going to miss down and in for ball 3 as Ontario crowns their provincial champion. And we'll see who will be going to Chatham, New Brunswick in a few weeks for the men's Canadian championships. That will be happening there as that pitch misses down. We need to reset our scoreboard. Apologies. We do have a runner, leadoff runner at first here.
27, Robert Wakefield.
So the leadoff man aboard here for the Ilderton Riverhawks as Polowick draws the walk. That will bring up Rob Wakefield. Wakefield 0 for 1, also flew at the left field. Sucre set at the belt. Here's the pitch. That pitch going to miss down for ball 1. And certainly, getting a little bit later in this game now, bottom of the fourth inning, and you saw where Leaside's success came from in this game was having some patience, taking some pitches, trying to get the pitcher to get the ball in the zone for them. And we'll see if Ilderton can use that same patience here, as it looks like Sucre having a little bit of problems finding the zone right now, as he'll check on Polowick at first. He's back safely. 1-0 pitch. That one is in the zone for strike 1. So the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike on the veteran Rob Wakefield. Anthony Polowick, the runner at first. They're going to check on him again. That one a little bit closer this time, but he is in safely. 1-1 pitch. That slider swung on and missed by Wakefield for strike 2. Good location there from Sucre as he's able to find the lower outer corner of the zone there for strike 2. Gets Wakefield to chase that one. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That ball belted into center field, sending Woods back a long way, but he's able to get under that one and make the catch.
Catcher number 13, Brad Verhoeven.
Again, solid contact there by the Riverhawks, but they come up empty there as the F8 will be the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll bring up catcher Brad Verhoeven next. 0 for 1 as he popped out to the third baseman, Jonah Brotman.
Hey, find a hole. What do you say?
First pitch for Verhoeven. That one slapped to left field, and that's going to be trouble. And then get down and past the left fielder, Lucas Haas. And that is a stand-up double for Brad Verhoeven. Runners at second and third now with one out. And the Riverhawks with something going here in the fourth, and that is going to draw Lee's side bench boss Matt Naylor out of the dugout to have a chat with his starting pitcher and their defense. So, quick chat by Naylor as he makes his way back to the dugout now.
Mitchell Lumley.
So we'll see where the Lee side defense sets up here. They are up 2 runs right now, 3-1. So certainly with one out here, they'll be more than happy to play for the out. As you see, the infielders are back deep. Will be third baseman Mitch Lumley, who makes his way to the plate. 0-for-1 with a strikeout. That first pitch, a slider that misses the outside corner for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to count. Couple of shakes from Sucre. He has the sign he wants now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another slider that's going to miss outside for ball 2. And 3-1 the score here for the Lee side Leafs as we play in the bottom of the 4th inning. Hilderton threatening here though. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Here's the pitch to Lumley. That pitch going to miss outside as well for ball 3. And Sucre trying to nibble on that outside corner to get Lumley to chase, but so far hasn't been able to get it done yet. 3-0 pitch from Sucre. That slider going to drop in there for strike 1. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Three 3-1 pitch from Sucre. Another slider going to drop in there for strike 2. I will say the one thing both pitchers have been doing well this game is pitching backwards in fastball counts, and what we mean by that is using their off-speed pitches, whether it's a slider in the case of Sucre. Townsend's been using a changeup and a curveball. That slider going to get slapped down the right field line, and it will be out of play foul. So being able to keep the batter off guard, not giving in and using that fastball when they can, and certainly shows the control that they have with those pitches to be able to do that in certain counts. So still have a full count here with 1 out on Mitch Lumley. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball hit towards the right center field gap. That might be trouble. And it is going to get down into the wall past Joe Woods. One runner coming in to score. Brad Verhoeven getting the wave as well. And a 2-run double off the bat of Mitch Lumley has tied this game up at 3 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Designated hitter number 10, Troy Lofgren.
So the veteran Lumley, who's been at this for a while, comes up with the big hit there for his team. And they have tied this game now 3-3 with their 3rd hit of the day for the team. So Sucre settles back in here as he now faces the designated hitter, Troy Lofgren. That first pitch misses for ball 1. Lofgren 0-for-1 with a strikeout.
Come on, baby. Hey, put a charge into it. What do you say?
That pitch going to be fouled off Lofgren at the plate for strike 1. 2-run double from Mitch Lumley has tied this game 3-3 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Game number 3 of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier Tournament. Dan Esty on the call here with you with the CABC. Glad to be able to bring you lots of action here this weekend as that ball is crushed to left field. That is going to send Haas back to the fence. And he makes the catch just about 5 feet short of the wall. Mitch Lumley going to tag and make his way to third. And the Riverhawks come within inches of their second home run in this game. As Lofgren puts a charge into that one, but catch made by Lucas Haas.
Dave Panchishim.
Just on the edge of the warning track. And with the check to third base, looks like the runner Mitch Lumley left early when he was tagging to go to when he was going to third base.
No chance you're up early. No chance. Don't make up bullshit. Yeah, have a catch. Watch the ball get caught.
So with the runner leaving early, that is going to end the inning here for the Hawks in the bottom of the fourth. But they are able to battle back and tie this game up, though, in a 2-run double off the bat of Mitch Lumley. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no lee side errors and no runners that were left on base. The score after 4 complete innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. It is now tied 3-3 between the lee side Leafs and the Ilderton Riverhawks. We'll take a quick break as left-hander Jordan Townsend makes his way back out to the mound for the top of the 5th. Day 1 action of the Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifying Tournament, brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All set here, top of the 5th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. A 2-run double
Leading off the top of the 5th
from Mitch
for the
Lumley
Leafs
has tied this game up
the
3-3.
shortstop, number 11, Sam Brown.
It's going to be the heart of the order due up here now for the lee side Leafs as power hitter Sam Brown going to dig in. 0 for 1 today, flew out to right field, was intentionally walked in his second at bat to load the bases. As he takes strike 1 from Jordan Townsend. Graham Henry due up second, the right fielder, with the center fielder Joe Woods due up third this inning. Again, if you're joining us on our stream, good afternoon and welcome. Glad you're able to take part of your Friday with us as that curveball swung on and missed by Brown for strike 2. Count now, no balls and 2 strikes. We'll get to some updates after this half inning. The other games that are happening across the Windsor-Essex area today. 4 other games happening in this time slot. That ball hit off the hands towards shortstop. Good play there by Antolin Morales across the diamond. But not in time as the infield single off the bat of Sam Brown. Going to get the leadoff runner aboard here for the lee side Leafs.
Right fielder, number 27, Graham Henry.
First hit of the day for Sam Brown in 3 trips. As right fielder Graham Henry going to step in now, 0 for 1, grounded out to first. He walked in his last plate appearance. First pitch, fastball that splits the plate for strike 1. And if you are on the stream, feel free to let us know where you're watching from. We're expecting lots of viewers here in Ontario for sure, but certainly a national audience expected over the course of the weekend. That pitch misses down to Graham Henry for ball 1. Sam Brown takes his lead from first. He just reached on the infield single to lead off the inning. That pitch down in the dirt. Good block there from Brad Verhoeven. The count now runs 2 balls and 1 strike. Townsend going to check first. Sam Brown back in lots of time. Our in-game update brought to you by Inked Baseball. 3-3 game right now as the Riverhawks open the scoring in the first inning on this one. A solo home run from Will Pollard. Leaside able to bounce back with 2 runs in their half of the third as Henry swings and misses that one for strike 2. On a series of walks, including an error and a hit batter. And then last inning, it was Mitch Lumley with the big swing, a double to the right center gap, which plated a pair of runs and now tied this game up 3-3. That ball hit down the right field line, but it will slice foul. Our in-game update so far in this one brought to you by Inked Baseball for all your baseball equipment and apparel. Make sure you reach out to them. Inked.co. That's how you can get a hold of them. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Townsend going to check over to first again. Sam Brown back in lots of time. Townsend with the look in. He comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Put the container away. So the runner going to advance to second base. The balk called there on the pitch as there was no pause from the pitcher. So the count remains 2-2. Here's the pitch. Slider, that's popped up behind the plate. Brad Verhoeven going to make the call, and he's able to make the catch. And that is 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Center fielder number 52, Joe Woods.
So big out there for the Ilderton club. As the runner advances to scoring position with nobody out, but certainly still a little bit of work left to do here for lefty Jordan Townsend. So he now faces Joe Woods. First pitch to Woods. Slider just misses outside for ball 1. Woods on the day so far, 0 for 1, grounded out the shortstop. He walked in the 3rd inning. Owen, thank you for joining in, and we look forward to having you down here for the weekend. That ball hit a mile high, but is going to sail out of play off to the left. Alex, you're welcome. Glad you're able to enjoy watching from work. We won't tell the boss, we promise. So the count now even, 1 ball, 1 strikes on the center fielder Joe Woods. Here's the pitch, fastball, fouled off at the plate. So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes as that one caught a piece of Verhoeven there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here on Joe Woods. Sam Brown the lead from second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good squeeze there by Verhoeven as Townsend humps it up a little bit on that one. Gets the fastball by Joe Woods. And he is down on
Catcher
strikes for
number
the second out.
88, Ryan Ricci.
So 2 outs now, runner at second base, and it will be the catcher Ryan Ricci who steps in. Ricci 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to shortstop, struck out in his last at bat. Townsend going to spin and check the runner at second with no throw. Again, 2 other games we're going to have for you coming up here at Bert Lacasse Park today. Our 3 p.m. game will feature the Waterloo Tigers of the Cobra Major League as Ricci ropes that one to left field, and that ball was hit a ton. No way that Sam Brown's going to score on that play as that ball was hit too hard. So that's now going to put runners on the
Third
corners.
baseman number 23, Jonah Brotman.
As much as you want to try and score that run there, certainly probably a good call there by Coach Matt Naylor as he holds Sam Brown up there at third. Good hitter coming up behind Ricci as Jonah Brotman now steps in. Brotman 0 for 2 today with a fly out to center field and a strikeout in his last at bat. First pitch. That one laced to center field. Pollard looks like he has a beat on that one. He'll make the catch. And the Leafs leave a pair of runners on here in the top of the 5th. Unable to push any runners across.
For Leaside in the top of the 5th, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2
So
runners
for the Leafs
left.
in their half of the 5th inning, no runs on 2 hits. There were no Ilderton errors, and there were 2 runners that were left on base.
Park is scheduled for
The score after 4.5 innings of play.
Thunder against the Waterloo
It is the
Tigers.
Ilderton Riverhawks
3
3, the Leaside Leafs 3. As you just heard from our public address announcer, the next game coming up here at 3 o'clock will feature the Waterloo Tigers of the Cobra Major Baseball League taking on the host, Tecumseh Thunder. That will be a 3 o'clock first pitch. Following that, we will have another game here at 7:30 tonight. More than likely, we are going to be hanging around for that game here. We will post a graphic online of who will be playing in that game. It will be the winner of our next game, which will be game 6 or 7, I believe. I guess I could look at the schedule. I have it right in front of me. It'll be the winner of game 6, the Oakville A's and Kendall Eagles, playing the winner of game 7, which will be the Tecumseh Thunder and the Waterloo Tigers. So more than likely, we are going to stick around for that one at 7:30. We will get a graphic up of who's playing in that game, and then we'll go from there. So quick break here as Jeremiah Sucre makes his way back out to the mound for the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, 3-3 the score here between the Ilderton Riverhawks, Leaside Leafs. Day 1 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier Tournament. Action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back. We'll have some updates for you in the bottom of the 5th inning from other games. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning. As that ball hit on the ground to first baseman Ben Jones off the bat of David Pansician. Jones is going to make his way to the bag, take the out himself, Transition is the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. As Will Pollard makes his way to the plate, we do have a few updates from the other games happening during this 12 o'clock time slot. Out in Amherstburg, they are in the bottom of the fourth inning. It is the Newmarket Hawks leading the Brampton Royals by a score of 8-3 in that game. Meanwhile, at Cullen Field at the Micmac Sports Complex, they are in the bottom of the sixth inning as they cruise along. It is the Windsor Stars 4, the Northumberland Jacks 1. And in the other game over at the Micmac Sports Complex at Soulier Field, it is the Windsor Athletics 4, the Etobicoke Rangers 4, as they play. I believe just looking like it's starting the top of the sixth inning there too. So only game we haven't heard about yet is the Arundel Thornhill game happening at Woodsley. As soon as we get an update on that one, we'll try and track it down for you. But nothing showing up on Game Changer for either team. So we'll have to wait till we get a text on that one. The count right now on Will Pollard, 2 balls and 1 strikes as we play here, 1 out in the bottom of the fifth. Will Pollard today so far, 1 for 2. Lined out to second base in his last at bat. Had that big solo home run back in the first. 2-1 pitch from Sucre. It's going to be up in the zone for ball 3. So Pollard has himself into a hitter's count here. The little bit of action in both bullpens here for each team as we play here in the bottom of the fifth. Sucre with a big curveball that is swung on and missed by Pollard for strike 2. Count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Long look in from Sucre. Has the pitch that he wants now. Slider hit up the middle. Going to be a hard, tough play there with a shortstop, Sam Brown, across the diamond. And great sliding play there by Sam Brown as he retires Will Pollard at first for the second out here in the bottom of the fifth.
Second baseman number 22, Dan Battelle.
Brown obviously known for his hitting exploits as he leads the province right now with 9 home runs. Certainly showing off his defensive prowess there as well. First pitch to second baseman Daniel Battelle, fouled into the netting for strike 1. Battelle, 1 for 2. Single back in the first, flew out to center field in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Sucre. Curveball going to miss outside for ball 1. 3-3 as we play here, bottom of the fifth inning between the Ilderton Riverhawks and the Leaside Leafs. That pitch misses for a ball. 2-1 now the count. Peter will fix that up for you. We'll try and sync ourselves differently. That ball hit on the ground to short. Play made there by Sam Brown across the diamond. And in time, as it is a clean inning for Jeremiah Sucre here in the bottom of the fifth.
For Ilderton in the bottom of the fifth, no runs on no hits. There were no errors and no runners left.
So for the Riverhawks, bottom of the fifth inning, they get no runs on no hits. There were no Leaside errors. No runners left on base. We head to the top of the sixth inning now at Bert Lacasse Park. The score remains the Ilderton Riverhawks 3, the Leaside Leafs 3. We will be right back for the top of the sixth inning. Day 1 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier Tournament. Action brought to you by CABC Baseball. We'll be right back in a minute. Welcome back. Top of the sixth inning here at Bert Lacasse Park in game number 3 of this year's Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier Tournament. We got a good one going here so far. 3-3 between the Ilderton River Hawks and the defending champion at Lea Vs Ild Leafs. Ben Jones to lead things off here for the Leafs, followed by designated hitter AJ Rowe. Left fielder Lucas Haas due up third this inning as that pitch taken outside for a ball by Ben Jones. Jones 1 for 1 today, was hit by a pitch in the third, singled in the fourth. Scored a run today as well. 2-0 pitch. That one's going to sail outside for ball 3. Certainly both pitchers have been great so far in this one, but this is the time when you start to look at bullpens, and certainly both teams have been having players heat up here the last couple of innings, just in case some help is needed. Both starting pitchers still in this game right now. Jordan Townsend for Ilderton. That pitch misses outside for a ball. So Ben Jones going to make his way to first with the leadoff walk.
Designated hitter number 2, AJ Rowe.
So designated hitter AJ Rowe going to make his way to the plate. We are going to get a trip to the mound here from the Ilderton coaching staff, though. While we have the break, if you're joining in on the stream, thank you for taking some of your Friday with us here in Windsor. Beautiful day for baseball down here. Not too hot, sitting around 27 degrees right now. Nice breeze rolling through the park right now, though. The trip all done. So Rowe going to dig in for his at-bat here. He is 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error back in the third inning. Had a fielder's choice in the fourth inning. Has come around to score twice. Townsend set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Big fastball with a big swing that comes up empty for strike 1. This time of the year, these are when the good teams separate themselves as they're able to get it done during crunch time in these big games. That slider hit on the ground to third base. That's going to get past Mitch Lumley and into left field for a single. And the Leafs with something cooking here in the top of the 6th as they have runners at first and second with nobody out. It will be the left fielder Lucas Haas coming to the plate. We do have a pinch runner coming in for the Leafs at first base, though.
Pinch runner at first base, number 3, Keyshawn Williams. The left fielder, number 16, Lucas Haas.
So Keyshawn Williams going to make his way into this game. He will run at first base for AJ Rowe. Haas squares the bunt. Again, gets the bunt down. They're going to throw to third in time to retire Ben Jones. Nice play there on that hop off the mound there from Townsend. So the fielder's choice for Haas keeps runners at first and second here, but a big out recorded by Jordan Townsend.
Number 1, Mackenzie Mitchell.
And back to the top of the order now with second baseman Mac Mitchell digging in. Slider down and in for ball 1. Mitchell 0 for 3 today. Strikeout, and he's popped out to second base twice. 3-3 ball game right now in the top of the sixth, 1 out, as the Leafs have a runner in scoring position at second base. Long look from Townsend as the sneaks in behind him. And a big inning for the Leafs side. Leafs certainly starting to fall apart here a bit now, as the runner at second base picked off on the timing play there from the shortstop, Antolin Morales. So just like that, 2 outs now, and a runner left at first base, which is Lucas Haas. A 1-0 count to Mac Mitchell. So that pitch misses down and in for a ball. So the count now 2-0. Again, big plays in big games, and certainly right there, a nice play off the mound by Townsend to get the out at third on the bunt attempt, followed by the pickoff play working with shortstop Antolin Morales. That takes a big rally away, and that single to left field certainly would have had a shot at scoring a run, and now the Leafs are left with runners at first and second again with 2 outs. Mac Mitchell picks up his first hit of the day.
Shortstop number 11, Sam Brown.
So the inning extended here with 2 outs. There are runners on first and second now. And that is going to bring up shortstop Sam Brown in a very dangerous position here. I mean, they do have the base open, but the base open is third. So that ball hit a mile in the air towards center field. Will Pollard makes his way over, and he will make the catch. As once again, Jordan Townsend able to skate out of trouble in this inning to keep the Lee side tally at 0.
For Lee side, the top of the sixth, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left.
So in the 6th inning for the Lee side Leafs, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park here in Tecumseh, Ontario. The score remains the Ilderton River Hawks 3, the Lee side Leafs 3. Oh, thank you, Christian. I had a feeling I was saying it wrong. I will make sure to switch that up. While we have a second here between innings, we're getting late in our other games, so we'll have a peek through some updates from the other games that are happening in our 12 p.m. time slot. Out at Amherstburg, they are now playing in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the Newmarket Hawks 10, the Brampton Royals 3. At Cullen Field, we have our first final score of this 12 p.m. time slot. The Windsor Stars move to 1-0 in this year's tournament as they defeat the young Northumberland Jacks squad by a score of 5-1. And over at Soulier Field, the Etobicoke Rangers have given themselves a little bit of breathing room now, as they currently lead that game in the bottom of the 6th inning by a score of 7-4.
The shortstop, number 4, Antolin Morales.
So the Etobicoke Rangers leading that 3rd game 7-4 over the Windsor Athletics as they play in the bottom of the 6th inning. Right-hander Jeremiah Sucre drops that curveball in for strike 1 to Ilderton shortstop Antolin Morales to get things going here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That pitch fouled out of play off the top of the grandstand here at Lacasse Park. That will run the count to 0-2. Morales 0 for 1 today, a walk in the 1st inning, grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd. 0-2 pitch from Sucre. Slider down and away. They're going to check the swing. Umpire says no. Count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slowly had our stream growing here over the last couple of innings as this one stays tight into the late innings. Thank you so much for joining us this early afternoon game. That ball popped up on the infield. 2 players looking at each other. Third baseman Jonah Brotman going to make the catch. So Brotman makes the catch. That is the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Right fielder number 24, Anthony Polowick.
So 1 out, Anthony Polowick going to make his way to the dish. 0 for 1 today, flew out the left, walked in his last at bat, and came around to score. That ball, high chopper to second base. Mac Mitchell makes the play, throws to first. A little bit of a high throw there, but Ben Jones gets his foot back down on the bag. And there are now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
First baseman number 27, Robert Wakefield.
So 2 outs, veteran Rob Wakefield going to step in now. Wakefield 0 for 2 today, a pair of flyouts, 1 to left field, 1 to center. First pitch from Sucre is going to be popped back and out of play just to our right. A 1 pitch to Wakefield. That change up down and away for ball 1. It's the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here. Bottom of the 6th inning, 3-3 between the Ilderton Riverhawks and the Lee Side Leafs. That pitch finds the zone for strike 2. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Sucre. Slider misses down and away for a ball. Two-two pitch from Sucre, hit on the ground to short. Sam Brown up with it, a little bit of a bobble. Lots of time to get it on to first base, though. And the Riverhawks are retired in order here in the bottom of the 6th.
For Ilderton in the bottom of the 6th, no runs on no hits. There were no errors and no runners left.
So for Ilderton in their half of the 6th inning, no runs on no hits. There were no Lee Side errors and nobody left on base. The score after 6 complete innings of play here at Bert Lacasse Park, it remains the Ilderton Riverhawks 3, the Lee Side Leafs 3. Again, some quick updates from our other games that are happening as we're getting late into this 12 p.m. time slot. Bottom of the 5th out at Amherstburg. The score remains New American Hawks 10, the Brampton Royals 3. Again, Cullen Field is a final score. The Windsor Stars move to 1-0 as they defeat the Northumberland Jacks by a score of 5-1. And just across the way at Soulier Field, they play in the bottom of the 6th there. It is the Etobicoke Rangers 7 and the Windsor Athletics 4. We'll take a quick break here as Jordan Townsend heads out to the mound for the 7th inning. Day 1 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier, with action brought to you by CABC Baseball. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back here in a minute. Welcome back. Top of the 7th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. And we have a good one going here. 3-3 between the Ilderton Riverhawks and the Leaside Leafs. Heart of the order up here for the Leafs this inning. Right fielder Graham Henry to lead things off. Center fielder Joe Woods due up second. And it is the catcher Ryan Ricci due up third as Henry takes a curveball for strike one from left-hander Jordan Townsend. That ball roped down the right field line and foul. Count now 0-2. In-game recap for this one brought to you by Inked Baseball. For all your apparel and baseball equipment, make sure you reach out to Dave Flanagan and their team at Inked Baseball. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Leaside Leafs so far in this one. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Ilderton Riverhawks as we play here in the top of the 7th. Townsend with the 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit on the ground to second base. Good play there from Daniel Battelle. On to Rob Wakefield at first. And there is 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
Center fielder number 52, Joe Woods.
So center fielder Joe Woods going to dig in here now for this at bat. 0 for 2 today, ground out to short, struck out. He had a walk back in the 3rd inning. That pitch misses for ball 1. Again, coming up here at 3 p.m. at Bert Lacasse Park, it will be the Waterloo Tigers taking on the Tecumseh Thunder in the 2nd game here of the day. That pitch misses down and in for a ball. We will have a 3rd game here at the park at 7:30 p.m. tonight, and more than likely we are going to hang out here, barring any big upsets that takes us to another park for another matchup. That game at 7:30 will be any combination of either the Oakville A's and Kendall Eagles, the winner of that game, versus the winner of the Tecumseh Thunder Waterloo game. So we'll get a graphic up for that later on our social media accounts. Again, if you're looking at following throughout the tournament, we have our website, cabcbaseball.com. We also have our Facebook page, as well as our X account and our Instagram account, where we will be posting scores as Joe Woods takes that fastball in the inside corner for strike 2. So the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes, as you see from home plate umpire Justin Snively. Here's the pitch. Slider swung on, and Brad Verhoeven unable to squeeze that one. Kevin, for these tournaments, it's all 7-inning games. All 7-inning games for this one. Townsend with his sign. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Woods. Another slider. That one swung on and missed. And Woods down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And it's the 2nd out here in the top of the 7th.
Catcher number 88, Ryan Ricci.
5th strikeout on the day so far for lefty Jordan Townsend, as he works into the 7th inning of this one. Ryan Ricci steps in. First pitch to him, slider, outside corner for strike 1. Ricci 1 for 3 today, singled in his last at bat. He struck out and grounded out to shortstop earlier in this game. 0-1 pitch from Townsend. Fastball that is belted foul and off the light pole. And back into play. So the count now, no balls, 2 strikes. I think Townsend has been given that ball about 4 times this game and finally puts a little bit of dirt on it to rub it up. So the count remains 0-2 here on Ryan Ricci. Third baseman Jonah Brotman waits on deck if the inning is extended. Pitch from Townsend, slider in the dirt. Good block there from Brad Verhoeven. So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And after this half inning, a few people asking there, we will get to some updates. That ball popped up on the infield. It's going to get back out of play off the top of the grandstand. And the one game that we do know is a final score from this half. The Windsor Stars move to 1-0 in this tournament as they defeat the Northumberland Jacks by a score of 5-1 in that game at Cullen Field. The other 2 games still ongoing right now. The Etobicoke Rangers are playing the Windsor Athletics at Soulier Field. And then out at Amherstburg, the Newmarket Hawks are playing the Brampton Royals. Thornhill and Arundel are the other game happening at Woodsley right now. We have yet to get an update on that game, but we will work on trying to get one for you. 1-2 pitch to Ryan Ricci. That one popped up, and that'll be back and out of play again. As Ricci extends this at bat again against Jordan Townsend. So the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bullpens are a little bit hidden from us, but there is a right-hander up for the Ilderton Riverhawks right now. As that ball belted to first, knocked down there by Rob Wakefield. That is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Jordan Townsend. As we scoot along here to the bottom of the 7th.
For Leaside, the top of the 7th, no runs on no hits.
So for the Leaside Leafs in the top of the 7th, no runs on no hits. There were no Ilderton errors, no runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. This game remains tied 3-3 between the Ilderton Riverhawks and the Leaside Leafs. We will very quickly get to some updates. Again, at Cullen Field, it is a final score. The Windsor Stars 5, the Northumberland Jacks 1. Just across the way at the Soulier Diamond, the Windsor Athletics have creeped a little bit closer as they play in the bottom of the 6th inning. The score there, the Etobicoke Rangers 7 and the Windsor Athletics 5. The other game happening out in Amherstburg at Libero Field. They are in the bottom of the 6th inning now. It is the Newmarket Hawks 10, the Brampton Royals 3. We'll take a short break as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Day 1 action of the 2026 Ontario Men's AAA National Qualifier. And we got a beauty going here at Lacasse Park. We'll be right back. So off we go to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Bert Lacasse Park. Catcher Brad Verhoeven going to lead things off. Third baseman Mitch Lumley due up second. DH Troy Lofgren due up third as that pitch down and in for ball 1. Verhoeven today, 1 for 2 with a double. back in the 4th inning with a run scored. Again, as much as this tournament is a marathon, at points in time, you have to find a way to win these types of games, and certainly a great game so far between these two teams, both pretty evenly matched. So that one skips to the backstop as well for ball 2.
Actually, I do know there are times I can't see.
2-0 pitch from Sucre. Fastball in the inside corner for strike 1. Sucre with a look in. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Slider. That one taken for a ball. Looked like Verhoeven wanted to let go at it, but holds up, and that one just misses inside. So 3-1 the count now. Here's the pitch from Sucre. That ball is launched to right field, and that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run for Brad Verhoeven. As the Ilderton bench makes their way out to the plate. And Verhoeven going to get mobbed by his teammates at the dish. What a way to end a great baseball game between these two teams. Brad Verhoeven with a big swing at the right time, as that ball is launched to right field and out of here for the walk-off home run. So in the top of the 7th, or bottom of the 7th inning for the Ilderton Riverhawks, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no lee side errors. No one left on base. Final score here from Bert Lacasse Park in Game 3 of the Men's Ontario qualifying tournament. It is the Ilderton Riverhawks moving to 1-0 with a 4-3 win over the Leaside Leafs, last year's champions. Winning pitcher in this game, Jordan Townsend, who goes all 7. Losing pitcher for the for the Leaside Leafs is right-hander Jeremiah Sucre. 2 home runs in that game for the Riverhawks, 1 off the bat of Will Pollard, and that walk-off shot that you just saw off the bat of catcher Brad Verhoeven. Our next game here at Lacasse Park is going to be a 3 p.m. first pitch, and it will feature the Waterloo Tigers of the Copa Major Baseball League taking on the Tecumseh Thunder of the Can-Am Baseball League. Great way to get things kicked off here in Tecumseh. We're sure we're going to get lots of great action like that this weekend. Thank you so much for joining in to our first stream of the weekend. And we look forward to having you back at 3 o'clock. For now, thank you so much. Dan Esty signing off from Lacasse Park. See you at 3 p.m.